Sea of Thieves is an amazing MMO-style game revolving around pirates with some breathtaking visuals, and it also has some gameplay, I guess. What makes Sea of Thieves enjoyable in my opinion is the world and the lore behind it, the play interaction that you might get once in a blue moon, and the overall aesthetic of a laid-back yet, in some moments, panic-inducing game. When I first started playing this game about a year ago, I was solo, meaning I had no one to help me understand certain mechanics in the game, but that didn't stop me. After playing for an hour or two, I ran into a galleon occupied by a team of 4 players who started attacking me on sight. At that time, for an unknown reason, my mic did not work in the game, so I decided to flash my lantern at them until they stopped. Which in retrospect, the logic didn't make any sense, but for some reason it worked. I asked to get in Discord with them so that we could talk, they agreed, and we proceeded to play Sea of Thieves until it was about 4 in the morning. Why am I telling you this story, you ask? Well, actually I don't know. It's just the first thing that popped into my head when I thought of good memories from this game. When thinking of the bad memories, I don't really have a lot. The game isn't all that buggy, and even the technically bad events in Sea of Thieves somehow always turned out to be fun, due to the fact that after that story I told you, I got 2 friends that I play with to this day that made this game way more fun. The visuals and the social aspect this game provides is definitely the major reasons I've played this game at all. I mean, apart from those 2 reasons, there's nothing else. The game is just kind of meh. For me, Sea of Thieves feels like it lacks something that an MMO type game with a gameplay consisting of like a couple different objectives that you are forced to do over and over again shouldn't lack. That one major thing being progression. In every game there's some sort of progression that makes you want to play more of this game, and Sea of Thieves does have this to an extent, but it's very bare bones. The only reason you do tasks and get loot in Sea of Thieves is to level up in different areas and get money, which only buys cosmetics, which are also mediocre at best, and some are locked behind your level and story missions. Speaking of the story and the lore behind the game, I'm truly a believer that a good story in the game can truly enhance the experience of a player, but just the same as the Destiny franchise, Sea of Thieves doesn't have a good story. I mean, at least Destiny has somewhat better progression with the gear that you are given from drops and whatnot. While I do still love Sea of Thieves, each time I play the game, I don't enjoy it as much as I did when I was playing my first couple hours in the game. You lose that sense of curiosity after 10 hours because you feel like you've seen everything the game has to offer. With what I'm going to suggest for the game, it's just something that I feel could enhance the fun of it and make the grind worthwhile, make you feel like you didn't just spend hours just to get a new cute top or a new color for your ship. Number 1, I want customization to be doubled. I want to have the ability to customize where exactly my tattoos on my character go. I want to be able to choose each individual part of my sword and ship and how those look. I also want to be able to upgrade my ship. For example, maybe add upgrades that when you ram another ship, you do more damage than a ship without upgrades, and you take less damage when ramming. Add different cannons that deal different damage to different areas of ships. For example, you can have a cannon that you need to wind up and it works sort of like a machine gun, but it deals next to no damage to the ship and is more for dealing with players. Add more guns and sword types to the game to make people more creative with the way they kill. Maybe even add some armor that can tank 1 or 2 shots from pistols. I mean, for God's sake, your game isn't realistic and isn't a depiction of real history, so you might as well go way more extreme with certain elements. Also add more events, sort of like where the whole server has to come together to defeat it. Maybe like once a month change up that threat to be a different one, and make the spawn of it rare so that when it does come with people... Also add more events, sort of like where the whole server has to come together to defeat it. Maybe like once a month change up that threat to be a different one, and make the spawn of it rare so that when it does come, people will actually gather to fight it. And add some sort of a thing that if you do join this event, you can't do any PvP because that would defeat the purpose of the event. Maybe add an event where a sloop can choose to be skeleton lords and their ship gets upgraded, and if they get defeated, they drop extra loot apart from the loot they have from bullying other sloops. I don't know. My point is that this game just needs more content. I know they've added a lot already, but it's just not enough to make me want to come back for the gameplay rather than the social and the visual aspect of the game. I do hope that devs listen to me and at least consider my suggestions, and if they don't, well, whatever. You know, it is what it is. I'm a nobody with an opinion that not everybody will agree with. This has been taking a deeper look into Sea of Thieves by Not BB. Like, subscribe, and have a good day.